اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك. Here I am, Allah, here I am. You have no partners, here I am. Surely the praise, the sovereignty and provision are yours. You have no partners. Prior to going, the Hajjee who went this year, you can see that they had absolutely no clue what those words meant. But now, when they say the words, I'm sure it resonates through their heart. That they've actually not only heard the words, but fulfilled the words. They've gone to Allah's house. They've seen Allah's house. They've actually laid hands on Allah's house. Every single one of them were able to touch the Kaaba. Alhamdulillah. So now when they hear the television, it's, I don't care where you are. It's like, you get those chills. Alhamdulillah. I'm going to say they hear you something back in your head, but what's up? But inshallah, the first one we're going to call up is my Hajj brother, multiple times. Brother, where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Dawood Burgess and Hajj and his wife.
In regards to my journey, I made Hajj for my son. My first time was in 2004, and this here one for me was very, it was a heartfelt for me to do that for my son. But I like to say this here. We may not speak the Arabic language, but our dad speaks volumes. Through all the journey itself, it's a struggle. You have to be patient. But our dad, respecting people's property, person, and because you can get caught up after the tragedy, but a blessing in return. The attitudes were very, very, very aggressive. And you can blow your Hajj if you bring certain attitudes with you. So with that said, the amount of people, the numbers, very large number, attitudes, different cultures. But I am grateful that the Lord has blessed us to be where we are here in the United States, and how we practice our religion. In spite of the different, the differences. But over there, they're very amazed that Amriki's are Muslim. I was asked by an African, how did you become Muslim? And I thought he was punking me, but I don't know, what do you mean? How do you become Muslim with all the things that you go through in America? I said, okay, I see you've been studying, keeping abreast of what's going on. Well, Allah invited me to this deen. Same way you got, you may, inherited it. But Allah guided us to the deen. It's a blessing to be able to come from here to the house below and fulfill that idea. And that's where I was at the whole time. Then to stand on Arafat with Hawa. It was a blessing. It was truly, it was a reward. It was very rewarding to stand on Arafat with Hawa. It was truly, alhamdulillah. Look forward to making a Ummah with Hawa.
Thank you.
All right, my brother Khalil Branch and Hajjee Khalil Branch and Hajjee Salama Bey.
You get it, John. I get it.
But are you satisfied?
What you know.
I truly thank Allah for this meeting. This is a true blessing.
You want one?
There's a I like that. Lost for and I think we got to get it back and safe too.
Thank you.
All right, sorry.
They need
Assalamu I'm gonna try to say everything I can think of in about 30 seconds. Most people ask me when I get back, how was it? Tell me in one word. And we struggle with that. I say wonderful, great, and all of that, unexplainable, but really, you can't explain it. It's like nothing you will ever do in your whole life. And I mean, even if you're going hard again, it's like nothing you'll ever do, because I've been told by my brothers and sisters that each Hajj is different. The one thing that scared me is I kept hearing people talk about, don't let nobody blow your Hajj. I remember Sister Sakina specifically said, don't let nobody blow your Hajj. I'm over there now, oh my goodness. First time somebody says something to me, I'm gonna blow my Hajj. What I did is I thought, just try to live every moment as it comes to you. And that's what I did, and I think that's why my Hajj was successful. I tried to experience every single moment. So, alhamdulillah, I now have some new brothers and some new sisters. Yeah, so Assalamu alaikum.
I would like to give praise to Allah for letting me make another trip to Hajj. This one was a little different. I guess it's because I'm getting older. I didn't have the energy that I had on my other Hajjes, but the camaraderie that I experienced with people in the tent took care of that. I have some new Hajj brothers, new Hajj sisters, and Sister Salama. I've never seen that kind of energy exhibited, always with a smile. I don't care what time of morning it was or what time of day it was, she was always smiling. And that kind of touched me very much. And also, it's a reminder that the time allotted here should be spent wisely, because one morning we were coming out of the Masjid Haram. We had to stop for the funeral procession, the janazah. And most most of the time it's only like 5 or 6, 7, 8 people. But this was an extremely long line. And every time we got ready to cross over, some more were coming out. And what really touched me most was like, they didn't cover the faces. The faces were visible, just like I'm looking at you. So with that, this made this one very special because you didn't have to get there, and you didn't have to get back. And we were back a month doing our thing again. Alhamdulillah. The deceased people, they showed the face.
Assalamu alaikum. One thing I'm really, really grateful that we chose to go with Ghani and this particular Hajj group because we were protected from the beginning to the end, and we were treated like royalty. And I couldn't have asked for anything more. The other thing is, I wanted to say that if in any of my words, actions, or deeds that I offended or hurt anyone, charge it to my head and not to my heart. I ask your forgiveness, your love, and this was a journey of a lifetime. I'm blessed to have been able to take it with my husband. And one thing, Mudalifa, I just want to tell you about Mudalifa. When we first got there, I said, I'm not going to sleep. Something's biting me. I can't go to sleep. And then I had to go to the bathroom, and I saw people sleeping on the dirt and feeling happy and satisfied. When I got back, I went to sleep and I slept good.
Yeah, she said she wasn't going to sleep, and in minutes she was snoring. But I do want to thank Allah for the blessing of going on Hajj, and I'm grateful for the new family that I now have as a result of that experience. And also I wanted to say a couple of things about Brother Abdullah, who helped me work on one of my surahs, a portion of an ayat, a person, and Brother Salim, who was my road buddy. We hung with each other the entire time. It was really a blessing, and I thank Allah just for the new family that we now have.
Assalamu alaikum. I say shukran. I'm happy I went with Brother Ghani. It was a decision. I wasn't going to go with him at first because he was charging, arm and a leg, but brother told me that, he makes things easy and you could focus on worship. And that was one of my favorite parts about the trip, is that we didn't have to worry about anything. It was no drama or no fitna or no struggle. It was just worship all day long. And that's one of the most things I miss about it. And also, like everybody was saying, I miss my brothers, spending time all day worshiping and laughing and just talking and going over Quran and everything. I was looking forward to coming here to see everybody again. I miss everybody. That was a great experience. Nothing like what I expected, but better than I expected.
I echo his sentiments. I'm just blessed to have met so many great sisters, beautiful inside and out. I feel like we had a great group, always helping, always just there, inspiration. It was just a great group. Brothers I always felt protected, doing the tawafs, kids in Blackstone, my husband, Brother Abdulaziz, my sister loved it. It was just a great experience, and I'm glad that I went with Brother Ghani. I really like y'all stay safe and guys back safe.
I just want to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for inviting us all, because only through him did we have this opportunity, and it was very special for me to be able to, one, travel with my Hajj group. I remember one of my first experiences witnessing a Hajj send-off, and it was actually when Turquoise's parents made Hajj. When we were in 7th grade, and she stayed with my family while her parents made Hajj. We've been friends since we were 10, and now she's my sister-in-law right now. So to travel with the group were one of my first experiences and understandings around Hajj. And then to travel with my brother and my sister-in-law were just inexplicable, and then to unite, because Allah knew that we would travel together, but we did not know that. So it was very special to feel rejuvenated by His calling. One experience that I had was when my last Friday in Mecca, and I was staying at the Haram facing the Kaaba until the sun rose. And I was sitting by myself on the prayer, and it was a sister. Who was sitting a small distance from me. She was ushering me over, and I'm like, it's okay, like, you know, I'm just here, like, I was just reading Quran. And then she did it like 2 more times, so I just went and just sat with her on the mat, and she was like trying to communicate with me, and I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. Okay. So I tried to look at her badge to see if I could tell where she came from, but I couldn't read it. And then she was like this, and I had just filled up my bottle with Zamzam, so then I gave it to her, and she drank, and I was like, alhamdulillah. And then we were just sitting there. She still kept trying to ask me questions, and I was just like smiling, and I just continued to read from the Quran. And then she leaned over to see where I was reading, and then she started to follow along where I was, and then she started to recite aloud where I was. And it was Surah Al-Kahf, actually, and then I was reading along, and we finished the whole page together in unison in Arabic, alhamdulillah. And that was the most rewarding experience. But it was amazing. Shukran.
Traveling with the youth, that's an experience. It's something we have to get more of.
Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters. I'm so happy to see you again. Let me tell you, for me to come down here in the dark, can't halfway see in the lights, I love it. Hajj for me was what made me family. No, I'm from Jersey. So, you know, it's like, okay, here I am, I'm in Philly. Ghani, if ever I ever go to Hajj again, you're the man. You know, because I was telling my sister from Bakilla coming down here, how I had a specific mindset of how I wanted to go. I wanted the brothers to protect me. I wanted to see my brothers in another country, protecting the sister if I needed it. I didn't even think about it. Allah bless me. The brothers, the sisters, the family here brought me into their life. I was the experience of a lifetime for me. I got a new family. Something like that.
Swag and bag, that's right.
Assalamu alaikum. Now the swag in the bag, you swag it and then you bag it. Okay, first of all, I want to thank Allah for blessing me to make Hajj and for blessing me to be with the wonderful people I'm with today. And when I wanted to go to Hajj, I was talking to a particular fella up at the mosque here. He said that he was going. I said, I'm going. I said, I'd like to go too. I'd like to go with somebody I know. I said, what do I need that I can start getting together now to go? He said, well, you got to learn this sword. Okay, so he gave me a sword. I said, what can I start getting now that I can take on? What do I need to get now? He said, well, here goes another sword. I said, brother, what can I start getting now so I go high? He said, brother, I said, all right. So I goes up to see Ghani. I said, look, I seen it before. I went to a dinner they had before Hajj at the mosque here. And they was having a dinner, so I goes up to Ghani. I said, excuse me, brother. I said, I want to go to Hajj. You know, I said, what do I need? He gave me a paper with everything on it I need. Everything. You know, the brother didn't tell me about I needed a shot. The brother didn't tell me I needed a visa. The brother didn't tell me I needed a passport. He gonna tell me the sword that I need to learn out of others, and it's getting closer to Hajj. So when was he gonna tell me to start getting this stuff together? You know, I went up there to Ghani, and Ghani gave me a list of everything that I needed. Then I'm talking to other brothers that went to Hajj. They all told me, wicked, I'm running to the ShopRite, I'm running to Rite Aid, I'm running around getting all this stuff, man. I got so much. Anybody need Vaseline? Anybody need any Vaseline? I got so many tubes of Vaseline, the brother told me I was going to need. You know, he said, you're going to need Vaseline, brother. He said, because you're going to be rash and all this stuff. I put all these tubes of Vaseline. I'm trying to get Vaseline in the counter so I can put them in a plastic bag so when I go through the airport, they can see it's only Vaseline. Now I got all these tubes of Vaseline home. I got all this other stuff home. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have a sale. I'm gonna have a yard sale. I got so much stuff people told me I need to get to go on high. You understand what I mean? Then Johnny them had a luncheon. Everything that I was going to need, they had on the table on the back. They had on the table on the back. And I got all this stuff home. You know, I mean, y'all can come back to my house if y'all want to, you know, everything half price. You know, but I thank Allah again for meeting everybody. I thank Allah for you guys. I mean, give me a hug, man. You know, I love this man right here. And he made Hajj easy. I mean, I was looking for everything to be rough and tough. I was ready, man. But he made it easy. Everything was real easy. I love you guys. And Allahu Akbar, thank you.
Unfortunately, they didn't go with the alphabet and Hajjee.
We hide.
Oh, we hide. But alhamdulillah, they came over to our campsite a couple times, and then we were able to break bread together and hang together for. So yeah, alhamdulillah, we are definitely Hajjees.
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum.
I want
to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for inviting us to his house. We didn't know that it was an invitation. I might get a little emotional here. My wife and I are new shahadas. And we were invited. And that's still in my heart. We were going to fix a kitchen at our house. And we had some money for the kitchen. And somehow or another, we got the invitation, and that's how it went. The Lord made it so sweet. And this is, we have a different kitchen here. You know what I mean? A whole different home, different house. We got an opportunity to understand religion. Got an opportunity to see so many Muslims. I mean, it touched me to see so many Muslims. Here, I see black Muslims, African Americans, but I didn't know. I mean, I got an opportunity to pray, to Hajjee prayer, and they accepted, they welcomed me on the roof. Most serenest time of my life. The Ikram, I'm in touch with the afterlife. You know, I just thought it was a two-piece, but that's the piece that the shroud, understanding. You know, I so much patience. I
I didn't think that I was going to have energy. It just came from nowhere. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just gave me some energy to do what it is that I had to do, and it was very well needed in my life. In Medina, I had the opportunity to chase down a body and go to the grave at the Prophet's mouth. I don't know how that happened. I was afraid of that before. You understand what I'm saying? It just gave me a whole different insight on my life and the afterlife. And we went all the way in. I mean, we touched Blackstone also. Before you know it was over, I did an owner for an elderly guy, pushed him in a wheelchair. I didn't know, I was just at the service. I didn't know where the energy came from. He needed help doing the owner. And I got the energy and wound up doing it. I get back here, and it's so hard getting back to the doing it. Because I just want to stay connected. And my wife and I have never seen a strength in this woman. The strength in this, I have a different level of respect. You understand? We get our rights done. We was moving. You know, hearing obey. The baker, the woman, the baker. Beautiful, beautiful. I tell you, it's just the level of serenity, you know, and I'm in this community, and there's a few other things that I experienced that was, you know, like, I thought that it was going to be a lot of blacks there, and it was very small. We were like maybe 1% of the new Hajjees, when a lot of people had already made Hajj already. And I was like, I thought that everybody was new Hajjees, you know, it was just, but when I found out like how many of it was us for being new Hajjees, I was like, wow, you know, it was just so many things that was going on that I was open for. I mean, I knew that what I was there for, and I wasn't concerned with what package. I was so happy to see y'all guys when we came to see y'all, because I knew that y'all spoke my language and y'all was from my community. You understand what I'm saying? And that was a relief for me to see y'all. You know, and I saw that y'all was glad to see us too, you know, because it's a language barrier. There was some things that was, you know, that you don't understand, you know, but that one thing I found out, that they knew that we wasn't the help. You know what I mean? For some, I couldn't speak their language, but that's where they knew, because they knew and we weren't there for the you know, and I think all y'all understand, you know what I mean? And we couldn't even speak to them, but they knew. This is my community, man. You know, alhamdulillah, I'm here. We made it back. I mean, with the tragedy and I didn't even know. I wanted to say about the janazah, when he said about the 6,000 other people praying for the janazah, and I knew that we just the janazah was, every prayer was almost a janazah, was a janazah. You know, and that got me in touch too, because, you know, here in America, I may get to maybe one janazah or two janazah a year, you know, or a month or what. I'll be trying to get to them, but then I'll be at work also, you know, but when it was just a janazah prayer, I mean, and the chase down, you know, and carry the body all the way in to the cemetery, get down and get in the dust. You know what I mean? Beautiful. It's a part of love. In Muzdalifah, like the young lady said, that my wife said she wasn't going to sleep neither. You know, I slept good. I slept real good. Yeah, I knew about that. You know, it was okay because I felt protected. You know what I mean? I have never felt that type of protection. You know, I don't want to talk too much. You know.
Assalamu alaikum. It was a blessing to go on this journey with my husband. It was a lot of hard work, but it was a blessing as a new Shahada. This is a journey I will never forget. Like I said, I was blessed to share this with my husband. Thank you.
You're gonna have to tell me where you got that thug too, bro.
Over there. Yeah. We did get around, so.
Time is good. I got some jokes for myself. Sam, you take
People gotta know it's you. We know, we get it.
Wow, okay.
Gotcha. Almost everybody in here.
All right, inshallah. I guess we can close it down, huh? Right away. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. Our Lord bless us with the best of this life and bless us with the best of the hereafter and defend us from the torment of the fire. Amen. Amen.